This is a short video on Ropesight when ringing plain hunt on the treble and other bells potentially. So I'm in Sonor here, which is a bell ringing simulator. It's at sonor.net, Sonor spelt this way. All the features that I'm using now are on the free version, so you can just go in as a demo tower. I'm going to ring plain hunt on 5, so I've set the ringing up for that. And I haven't plain hunt on 5. Add, there we go. So what you'll see initially is that I'll start ringing some plain hunts.
Treble's going.
The treble.
Treble's gone.
And when we're ringing plain hunts in the early days, it's very easy to get used to the order of bells.
Go, plain hunt.
So I know that, for example, the 2 takes me off, so I follow the 2, then it's the 4, and then it's the 5, and then it's the 3, and this is known as the coursing order. And then it's the same order again, 2, then 4, then 5, then 3, and then I lead. So what I'm going to do now is slow this right down, and we'll look at what Ropesight looks like. So I'm going to change this to something like that. So the key thing here to understand is that as I go out to the back of the treble, so my first position after we start is 2nd, then 3rd, then 4th, then 5th, that the one that I'm going to ring after is the one that just rang after me. Because 2 bells next to each other have to swap and you can't jump places, if I'm going to go after the 2, it can only be there to ring after because it just rang after I did. So what I'm watching for on the way up to the back is when I pull the rope, I'm not looking at the bell that I've just pulled after, I'm looking to see who's pulling after me. One way you can see that is because that will be the fastest moving Sally just after I've pulled. And then I'm going to keep doing that all the way up to the back. Once I've rung after the 2, I know I'm not going to ring after the 2 again on the way out to the back, so I can disregard it. So once I rung after 2, I can cross that out in my brain and only look at the 3, 4 and 5. And then the question is, which of the 3, 4 or 5 is going to pull after me? And it's going to be the 4, we know that already. But then it must be either the 3 or the 5. So which of those do I see pulling after me? And it's going to be the 5. So I then know that the only bell left for me to pull after on the way out to the back is the 3. And then on the way down, we're essentially covering. So my second blow in 5 is just going to be after the last of these 4 bells. So it's as though I'm ringing the tenor and I'm covering over these 4, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5. So the first one I'm going to ring over in 5th place is the 2. And once I've rung over it, I can't ring over it again on the way down. So I can disregard that one, big cross on it in my brain, and only think of the 3, 4 and the 5. Now on the backstroke, I'll be ringing after whoever's last out of those 3. And it's going to be the 4. Then I've only got the 3 and the 5 left, so I just ring after whichever of those 2 is last. And that's going to be the 5. And then I ring last over the 3 because that's the only one left. And then I lead. And then we start the cycle again. So let's have a go at that. So we're going to start off.
Treble's going.
Very hard ringing this
Treble's
slowly.
gone.
So I'm following the tenor.
Go, plain hunt.
So who just followed me then? It was the 2. Now who's following me? It's the 4. Now who's following me? It's the 5. Now who's following me with the fast moving Sally? It's the 3. Now I'm at the back in 5th position, so I want to cover, so I'm ringing after the 2. Now I cover the 3, the 4 and the 5, and it's the 4 last. Now I cover the 3 and the 5, it's the 5 last. Now the 3 is the only one left, and now I'm leading. Let's go around one more time. So the 2 pulled after me there, so now I'm going to follow the 2, then it was the 4 moving fast. Now I see the 5 coming down, so I'm following it. Now I'm seeing the 3 coming down, so I'm going to follow it. Now I'm covering all 4 bells, and now 3 bells. And it's the 3 and the 5. The 5 went last, and the 3's remaining. So let's stop there. So on the way up, when I say follow the bell that followed you, that language of the one that followed you might not be that helpful. I think another way of thinking about it is just after you've pulled, which is the fast moving rope, and that's the one you're going to be following next. And you can see it's fast moving either because you see the rope moving fast or you see the flash of Sally. Our brains are sort of hardwired to find the fast moving thing, so I find it personally easiest just to look for the thing that's moving fast, whether it's out the corner of my eye or I'm looking at it. That's the rope I'm going to follow next. So what I'm going to do now is switch to a different method where we're going to treble to it, but we're not actually ringing in the same order every time. So I'm going to put in plain bob doubles, and we're going to try ringing that and see what happens. So the thing about plain bob doubles is that the first time we go through, everyone's playing hunting, so we know that the order is going to be the familiar one.
Treble's gone.
Pulled a bit off my toe there. So now the 2 has gone first, and now the 4. Oh, I'm actually ringing round here for some reason. I don't think I didn't press go, did I?
Look 2.
Let's try again.
Treble's going. Treble's gone. Go, plain bob.
So the 2 is the first one I follow. Then you see the 4's moving faster. Now the 5's moving faster. Now the 3's moving. So that's just the plain hunt order. Now we're covering all 4 bells. Now covering 3 bells. Covering 2 bells. And then covering just the 3. And leading. Now the 3 came down, so it's not the same order now. Now the 2's going down, so we follow it. Now the 4's coming down, so we follow it. Now the 5 is the remaining ones coming down and we follow it. Now we're covering again, it's the same order, but we see we're covering the 3 was last. Now the 2's last. Which are the 4, 5? It's the 4. And it's 5's the only one left. And we lead. Now the 5's coming down, so we are taken off by the 5. Now the 3's coming down. Now the 2's coming down. Now the 4's coming down. Now covering those, so the 5's last to go, and after the remaining ones, the 3's last to go. Now it's just the 2 and the 4, and it's the 2 last. And then 4 is the only one left before we lead. There's the 4 coming down, so it takes us off the lead. We ring over it in second place. Then it was the 5. That was a bit slow there. And then the 3's coming down. We know the 2's the only one remaining, so we ring over the 2. And we cover, and the 4's last. Cover, and the 5's last. We cover the 2 and the 3, and the 3's last. And then we ring over the 2, it's the only one left. And then lead. Now we've come back to the beginning of the plain bob doubles plain course, so it'll be the 2, then the 4, then the 5, the 3. We know that sequence, but we made it through the rest of the plain course as well without having to know the order of all those bells. So I'll just stop that there, and we'll try a different method. Let's try Grancer. So we can use exactly the same rules here, but the order of the bells is going to be different.
Look 2. Treble's going. Treble's gone. Go, Grancer.
So the 2 takes us off, and this time the 3's moving fast, so we go over the 3. And now it's the 4. Actually, Grancer's quite easy the first time you go, because you just go around in order 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we cover the 2, then it's the 3, 4 and 5 remaining, and the 3 was last. Now it's the 4 and 5 remaining, and 4's last. Now it's just the 5 remaining, so we follow it, and then we lead. Then the 2 takes us off again. Same one takes off every time in Grancer. Then the 5 went next, so we're after the 5. Now the 3's coming down, so we go over the 3. And now the 4's the fast moving one that followed us, so we go over the 4. Now we're covering them all, so 5th position again, we're over the 2. Then the 5 was last. It's just the 3 and the 4, and it's the 3. and now it's the 4 remaining, it's the only one left, and then we lead. Now we know the knack, so it's going to be the 2 taking us off. We've only got 3 then to choose from, 3, 4, 5, and it's the 4 moving, so it's the 4. Now it's the 5 moving fast, and then it's the 3. And then we go to cover, and then it's 3 remaining, 2 remaining, 1 remaining, we're in second place, and now we lead. So there we are. So I'm going to speed that up back to normal speed now. We'll see what that looks like. It's about 45 minutes. It's the speed of our bells.
Look 2. Trebles
So it will
going.
feel a lot faster, but
Trebles
let's see if
gone.
we can do the same. Let's see if you can see which bell follows next.
Go, Grandsa.
So that 2's moving fast now, so that takes us off. It's the 3 moving fast. Now it's the 4 moving fast. Now it's the 5 moving fast, so we follow the ones that are moving fast. Now we're covering, so we're covering the 2 and the 3, it's the 4 and the 5 left, the 4 and last, now it's the 5's the only one left, and we lead. Now the 2's coming down, so we follow it. Now the 5's coming, we follow it. Now the 3's coming, we follow it. And the 4. Same order again, but we can cover as well, so it's the 2, then the 5, then the 3, then the 4. Just by covering and then discounting one you've just covered. So the 2, 3, 4, then the 5. Now we're covering. Right, that's the end of the plain course, so I'm just going to ring a plain course now without commentating, see if you can see who to follow.
That's all.
Oh, that was a bit of scene there.
Stand.
So what I'm going to do next is switch this back to plain hunt. So ringing, to get rid of that one, add method, plain hunt on 5, and I'm going to ring a different bell. So let's try the 4. So the 4 is an even bell, so it's going down to the front first. So the first bell we're going to ring over is the 1, because the 1 and the 2 will swap here, so the 1 will come to second place and we'll go to third place. But it's exactly the same principle. So the thing we're going to start doing is we're going to be in so the 3 slots with us we know. So the first thing we're going to do is cover in third place 2 bells, and those 2 bells will be the 1 and the 2. And then we'll only have 1 bell to ring over, then we'll be leading. And then just as before, whichever bell we see fastest leading as we're ringing the backstroke of leading, just after we've pulled the backstroke, which is the fast moving bell, that's the one that's following us. And we want to be following them on the way up to the back. So let's try that. This is full speed again.
Look 2. Trebles going. Trebles gone.
Go, plain hunt.
So we're covering the 1 and 2, and the 1 goes last, and then it's the 2's the only one left. Leading. Which one's the fast moving one? It's the 5. And then it's the 3's fast moving. Now it's the 1. And now it's the 2. It's the only one left anyway. Now we're covering, and the 5's last to go. The 3's last to go. The 1's last to go. 2's last to go. and lead. And after the backstroke, now who's following me? It's the 5 again. Then the 3. And then the 1, and 2's the only one left. So by process of elimination, it's that one. Who's last? The 5's last. Who's last out of the rest? 3. Who's last out of the 2? It's the 1, and that 2's the on the left. So you get the idea. Actually, a useful thing to be able to do in Sonor as well is you don't actually have to ring a bell yourself. So if you go into the demo mode, in fact, let me just demonstrate doing that. If I leave the tower, so all you need when you go to sonor.net, you'll see the screen. Demo tower, just stick a random name in there, doesn't really matter. Join, and it's got some more defaults, which is why the thing's this colour. Now, if you don't click any of these numbers, it will just ring for you. So a super useful thing to be able to do is, say, choose a method here, something like plain Bob doubles. Click add, and then get rid of that. And then if you press L to look to,
Look to. Treble's going.
voice as well.
Treble's gone.
And then we press G to go.
Go. Playing Bob.
And now it's just going to ring this method. And if you're the treble, can you see who's coming next? So I'm not ringing this now, so it's slightly odd. So we're in 5th position, we're covering. We're 4th position after the 4, 3rd position after the 5, 2nd after 3, now leading. Who's taking us off? The 3's the fast moving one, so it's taking us off. When we can see we're right because the computer's ringing it for us. Then it was the 2, now it's the 4, and now it's the 5. That's probably a quite good exercise because you can choose different methods. You press escape to stop it. In fact, if you go into the settings, so all the keys you can press are here. So you've got look to, go, rounds, that's all, stand, then escape resets everything, but doesn't clear the method. And if you clear a method here, you can choose another one. So there are lots of other things you could put in here. So you can do grandser. I'd probably stick with grandser and doubles and plain Bob doubles at this point. But both of them should give you an idea of, and if you want to move on, you could actually ring the treble by clicking on it here and assigning yourself to it. Then you can press the space bar or the J key to ring the bell. But I think that's everything. Have fun.